Right, sup guys? Cool. So today's outlook, to be honest with you, we're in a bit of an interesting spot at the minute where, of course, like based on our positioning, we make a lot of sense to continue buying price up. Just of course after taking that 4 hour low, we're due for retracement, but of course we're so bearish. And what we're starting to see a little bit of just here is price just really starting to slow down, potentially stalling out on that buy. And this may be actually forming retest in alignment with our 4 hour, giving us a new leg like that. So it's in a bit of an interesting spot. We've had a good medium inducement here, but it's quite aggressive down into the medium inducement. Now, this is a big bunch of liquidity built up here. Don't get me wrong, it's a great target, but this momentum is pretty full on, especially when we consider the conditions of the market. So I think we're quite 50-50 at the moment, to be honest with you. This has high chance of being a break of structure on EU. It's not retest just because of the fact that we did come down, mitigated decisional break. We more or less formed internal retest here, but we've obviously pushed through that whole range there. So it can be a break of structure. We have pulled up and induced a little demand to supply area just here, mitigated a little bit of a potential smart money trap, but it looks like it may hold, and this may work as a break, mitigation, break, and give us 2 5 minute breaks. Which, if it does that, we can start to work with a little bit more. So, we do just need a bit of development and structure at the moment, on EU in particular, to be able to do much with it. I don't really know which way I want to try and trade it today, to be honest with you. I'm probably going to sit on my hands a bit here and just allow the market to show me, develop a little bit more structure and see what it wants to do. This here makes it quite difficult just because of the fact that, it is quite aggressive, but that's a good medium inducement. So yeah, it's in an interesting spot. The DXY has pulled up and induced that retest of that previous internal break and is now starting to get a bit of a sell-off. So, in my opinion, the DXY looks like sells, which means this will buy, which makes sense aligning with that medium inducement. But yeah, just a bit tricky. So we'll see what that wants to do. Looking at GU's absolutely flying right now. So GU, it makes a little bit more sense. Obviously, you've still got that same melt off, which isn't ideal, but you've got mitigation of this area, which is retest of our 4 hour break. We've now mitigated the demand that took internal liquidity and retest liquidity, led to a break and had retest swept into it. It's a really good demand area. I'd be happy to buy out of here. This doesn't give me a lot to work with for structure to target or SMTs. We have had a 5 minute break. If we can come down and induce a little bit of the retest that was made with this very minor pullback here. It's not really even retest. But if we can pull down and induce something there, I'll be happy to work inside that range. But looking unlikely, clearly, to be able to do that. So yeah, just gonna sit with GU. Could potentially work with this leg here. See what that looks like in the 15. Yeah, okay. Potentially work with something like that as a smart money trap, depending on how it gets there and what structure looks like. Obviously, we've got a bit of liquidity across here to be able to target, and that as a target there. So that looks good. So I'm going to wait and see what GU does, but don't mind that. I'll set an alert there. Cool. All right. AU. Okay. I think AU makes sense to come down to here, but we have had inducement. I wonder if this has mitigated anything, actually. No, haven't even mitigated the 4 hour point yet. All right. So we've got break, inducement, mitigation of really shitty point. Got an actual decisional up here. This area should work as a smart money trap, and that's a good inducement. So don't mind that. You have got this decisional area here, which swept 5 minute retest, which is that area. So that's great. Looking at it on the 5 minute just now. Let's see what we've done. Yeah, okay. So we've retested the break, which I never like buying off the back of retest, but that is a break to the downside. Mitigation potential smart money point, break low. Or did that mitigate? Didn't quite mitigate. I would almost say that's valid. The breaks. Um, Not sure yet if I'll take that if it does set up. It's not looking overly convincing. So I'll monitor that and see. But AU ultimately, I think it makes sense to just continue buying. Um, which again lines up with the DXY, so that's great. I think until we at least get to here, we need to at least get to that supply before potentially coming down deeper to then continue higher. So yeah, that's cool. Sweet, easy guys. So yeah, we'll see what AU is going to do here. I don't know what we've got news-wise today. Actually, let me have a quick look. With Thursday, nothing really. Nothing stand out. A little bit of red folder at 8 o'clock, but nothing major. Cool. Sweet guys, easy as we'll wrap it up there. Like I said, I don't really love the charts today. I don't want to get pushing my luck, especially after catching a nice trade yesterday. So yeah, I'm not going to do anything silly. Suggest you don't do the same. And yeah, let me know if you got any questions.